I worked really young from the Argentina government, and everyone told me, well, now you're super enthusiastic and you want to change everything, but someday you will be a little calmer, you will understand things. And I actually never liked that. For me, it wasn't something to settle, because we need to change, we need to improve, we need to find a better system, a better everything, a better world, a better solutions. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hola a todos y a todas. My name is Agustina Cundari. I'm from Argentina. I'm working for IETA, the International Emission Trading Association, as International Policy Advisor. Here with me is...
I'm Kaveer Phillip. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm a young climate innovator, and I have a non-profit called the Carbon Sink, and we're here to have a heart-to-heart conversation. So my first question to you is, what is the value of intergenerational collaboration?
That is a really interesting question for me, because I think that we need value from every generation and for every sector, of course, but I think the experience from different generations, the experience and the fresh, the innovation, the new blood from the new generations and the fresh air, the will to address the problematic and have innovative solutions is super important. Sometimes, well, I'm 33, and as a former public servant, I worked really young from the Argentina government, and when I entered to the government, everyone told me, well, now you're super enthusiastic and you want to change everything, but someday you will be a little calmer, you will understand things. And I actually never liked that speech. I never liked that. For me, it wasn't something to settle, to be fine with that, because we need to change, we need to improve, we need to find a better system, a better everything, a better world, a better solutions, because we are changing. So innovations and new generational solutions are super important. And I think it's not that one generation is replacing to another one, because we need the wisdom from both. So I think it's interesting to work together, and I think it's interesting to learn lessons from the past and not be afraid from the past. It's like, okay, we learn something that went wrong, okay, we need to put it in a proper way and find better and common solutions. So for you, your question, in your sector, what is the most exciting innovation coming from?
Yeah, I have a few, to be honest.
Okay.
First, I'll start with climate smart agriculture. I think that's something that we need more of, especially with providing food for people that need it the most. So to me, being in a non-profit that plants trees, I like to see an integration, like a collaboration between technology and agriculture. So using renewable energy, or having permaculture, where we can benefit communities as well. So for example, in a rural community, we can set up what I like to call a food forest, where we have different trees that are not only sequestering carbon, but providing fruits and food that people can then use to have an income. And then I think something I've worked on recently is carbon dioxide removal technology. And this is something that really is interesting to me. It's where you integrate technology into industry to not only decarbonize, but to remove carbon from the atmosphere itself. So, direct air capture, enhanced rock weathering, stuff like that. So those things are really what I think are most exciting to me.
Super interesting.
Yeah, so another question I had was, what's one of the most exciting or your favorite project that you've worked on?
I think that every project that I can be in touch with the communities, local, indigenous people, and also with both public and private sector actors are interesting, because sometimes when you're under your desk and you're working from your computer all the time, sometimes you miss that.
Yeah, you miss that.
And you miss that, and that is something that I really appreciate every day, that I can be in touch with the person that I'm working with. So, and what about you?
Yeah, it's similar to you, where I'm in the community, and whether it's planting a tree with a young person, or for example, I worked in a small island called Antigua, where we visited a school where there were a mini grid essentially. They used a vehicle to power the building. So in the event of a hurricane, the school can be used as a shelter. So seeing your real life application of the project that you're working on is really motivating to me. So that has to be one of my favorite experiences.
Well, I really enjoyed talking to you. Nice to meet you too, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation.
Bye.